welcome back to a special episode of Heel and Toe today because we are in Dubai, as you can tell from the weather. It's definitely not Yorkshire or the Lake District. So I've been working in Dubai and I've got this Volkswagen Golf MK8 that I just hired for the time that I'm out here. And basically the reason I got this is because I've seen this road that I want to go and try out that's in Ras Al Kaimah. I'm just going to put it in on Google. It's called Jebel Jais, and I'm probably not doing that any favours at all. But if I put it in on my Google now, it says it's 1 hour 28 from here. We're just at a little coffee shop in the centre of Dubai. And I don't know, I've just got a feeling that it's kind of like a bit of it's almost a bit of a secret, this road. I've never seen anything about it. I saw one video, the one video that got me thinking is Chris Harris's video where he was testing the new Chiron. And he said, oh, I'm on the border of Oman on some like epic driving roads through the mountains. So I started sort of looking into it, and then more recently I saw a video on Instagram of a Ferrari Testarossa going up through these unbelievable twisty mountain roads in the desert, and one of the hashtags was Jebel Jais. So I've been doing a bit of Googling, and there are videos on Jebel Jais, but like I say, unless you know, you don't know. So we're gonna go and have a look at this road, see what it's like. 1 hour 28 from where we are now, so it's not quite in Dubai, but you know, bit of a road trip. 1 hour 28 is bearable. Let's go and have a look. All right, so just a 1 hour 20-ish drive there from Dubai. Through the desert, and then you sort of come to these mountains, and it's amazing actually, because you're kind of just driving through the motorway through the desert, and this like these massive mountains just like appear out of the mist. It's really cool, and then you start coming up through here. Now if you're gonna come here and do this, I think this is probably the start of it. This is what I put in on the map. If you put in Jebel Jais, it just takes you right to the top, and it says it takes like 2 and a bit hours or something. So this is the Bear Grylls Explorers Camp. I don't know if Bear Grylls has anything to do with it, but this is, I'd say, probably the bottom of the mountain. There's a few like bits of twisties a bit further down, but there's like a load of construction going on or something there. So this is like, I can just see here, there's like a big like switchbacky bit here just that goes up through the mountains there. So this is definitely, I'd say, the start of it if you want to put in Bear Grylls Explorers Camp. And apparently this here, Jebel Jais, is the highest point in the UAE, and you can basically drive all the way up to the top of it. And this road just looks unbelievable, like it's a racetrack just up through the mountains. So yeah, this is going to be really interesting, I think. But before we do that, I'm going to talk to you about this MK8 GTI, because you know that I'm a fan. If you've seen this channel before, you know I'm a fan of golf. So my first video I did, I think, was my Mark IV R32. And then we obviously did the comparison between the 7.5 GTI and the Polo GTI. But the weird things out of these Golfs now, they're sort of like inflated, and they're a bizarre thing. They do look good, don't they, these Golfs now? They've gone more like rounded, and they sort of had that phase Mark 7 where they were a bit angular, and whereas now they do look quite slick. The only thing I don't really like about it is this like light bar that they've got on in here. I feel like that looks very Korean somehow, and a bit weird. But they've still got their like German sort of like GTI flashes, and this like cool grille that's a bit Lamborghini. But I think they're smart, they're slick, they're German, they're clean, and it's quite sophisticated while still being like a fast, understated car, which is always what the GTI was meant to be, wasn't it, really? The only thing with them is they're so big now. Like, look at the size of it. It's not a hot hatch anymore, is it really? I know it's probably similar size to the Mark 7, but that engagement that you had with like a Mark 1, Mark 2, those old school hot hatches, that's why I love old cars, is because they're not manual anymore. They're 5 doors. Yeah, the DSG box is fast, but that engagement with like actually driving's just not there anymore, really, is it? Which is a bit of a shame, and I know it's all to do with safety and emissions and all that sort of thing. It is still the best of both worlds in today's day and age that you're gonna get, really. You know, you've got your sort of daily hot hatch, it's fast, like ridiculously fast for something like this. and you know, it's easy to get on with. You can get all your stuff in it, and you can still come up here and, you know, blast it on these roads like this. So I do get it, but that's why I love old cars. All right, let's give this Jebel Jais a go then. Basically what I need to do is put it in mode sport, and we'll go manual on the paddles as well. And that's it. I can't find a way to take the traction control off. I don't think you'd want to anyway, but yeah, anyway. All right, let's go, let's give it a go. Here we go. I'm gonna take it easy because I've just seen a few like border patrol cars like knocking about and stuff, which is obviously not the sort of type of people that you want to run into in the UAE really. So I mean, firstly, I mean, I've literally just done 2 corners, but this is amazing. And it's just the road surface more than anything. Like, it's like totally smooth, nothing like what we have in the UK. Absolutely awesome. And then the scenery, it's like something out of a PlayStation game or something. I do like these DSG gearboxes as well, as much as I do like manuals. Like, they are fast, like, and it gives you that little blip on the accelerator as well, like when you drop down. It's like really satisfying. Oh my god. There's like no one up here either. Like, obviously a few cars coming past and stuff, but it's amazing. Scenery as well. Like I say, it's like a PlayStation game. I'm also a bit cautious whether there's speed cameras up here, but I don't think there is. It's like Switzerland, but desert version. Yeah, this is awesome. I mean, if you had a clear run of this and you knew what was coming up, I bet it would be absolutely amazing in something like a Lamborghini or a Ferrari or something. Awesome. Jesus. Oh, here we go. There's quite a few people here. Little burger stand there if you need to stop. It's very open, it's not like tight mountain roads as my ears pop. So we're climbing at quite a drastic rate, yeah, those typical mountain like switchback roads. And by the way, this Golf, pleasantly surprised. They don't feel front wheel drive either, like they're so good now at that, like the differential and how it gets you out of corners and how much power it puts to each wheel. They're just really good at this sort of thing now. It's like, unless you've got loads of horsepower, you don't really need 4-wheel drive, I think, in something like this. And they were never really fully fledged 4-wheel drive anyway, like the old sort of Haldex 4-wheel drive ones. It's still predominantly front-wheel drive. Bit of traffic here. A Nissan Patrol, the car of Dubai. usually not behind one of these, you're usually in front of one of these on the motorway with it flashing its headlights at you. I'm going to overtake him. No doubt I'll see him in a couple of minutes with him flashing his headlights at me. Do like that DSG fart, they call it, don't they? When you're in the high revs and you change gears, it gives you that little noise. Yeah, this is an amazing road. It's the surface as well, like I keep saying about the surface. I'm into my road surfaces, but it's just so smooth. And the way they've done the corners, they almost like bank into the corners, like a berm. Just gives you like loads of confidence. You would not want to go off the side of there though, I'll tell you that. The occasional motorcyclist or a Porsche or a Mustang or something, so people do know about it, but I don't know. I mean, it's a Monday today as well, and it's just not busy, but I don't know what it would be like on a weekend, but I'm surprised I've never heard more about this road, because it's amazing. It is literally like something off a PlayStation game. Obviously you can see I'm not like absolutely going for it, but I'm still having fun, because this car's actually quite engaging to drive as well. Like I'm on the paddles, you can drop it down, like you can let it rev out, like even just doing like 50 mile an hour, 60 mile an hour. You're still able to like get it into corners, drop down. The steering, I'm sure this is probably electric steering as well, but it just doesn't feel like it. They're very clever, I think, Volkswagen at doing this. Is being that modern car, usable, but still having that enjoyment and that like feeling through the steering wheel, through the chassis. So clever nowadays. Try not run this guy over. Quite a bit of, I say quite a bit of traffic. There's 2 cars ahead of me, but that's how quiet it is. Everyone seems to be going quite slow, but do they know something I don't? He is popping all the time as well. I'm going for it. I can only imagine what this is like, free reign with like a Ferrari 360 or something. Like, I bet this would be absolutely amazing. I mean, it's good enough in this, but I'm just getting a taste of it. It's my first time up here. I don't really know what to expect. There's a few people about, there's a few border patrol about, but this is absolutely awesome. I mean, if you come into Dubai and you're into cars, just rent something like this, even just for the day. Just come up here. it's like whoever's built this knows that he's like into driving cars. Probably are, to be honest. Probably some shake. He's probably got a few Ferraris. Going up. It took some work to get this in here as well. See where they've cut away all the rock. Lamborghini. I mean, it is fast, this. This is about, that's it. I think that's what you get. Maybe a little bit more, but there's like a little viewing sort of area here and what looks like a little toilet cafe stop. So I think I'll just stop here and I'll show you the view, because we have covered some serious altitude there in the past 5 minutes or whatever it was just then. Yeah, there's quite a few people knocking about here, so yeah, we'll stop here. So we just stopped at this viewing deck. You can see what we've come up through there. Like, look at the state of those roads. Alright, so we just got collared by the security. Thought he was going to tell us off for driving too fast. But it's actually because it costs money to view whatever this view is. 10 dirhams, 2 people, 5 dirhams each, which is what, like £1 or something. So just think of that as your toll, really, to come up here on this amazing road. Ow! Electric shock. God, you wouldn't want to fall off there. It's making me feel a bit dizzy, actually. Alright, so we saw the view, we paid our little fee. I don't think there's much left because I can kind of see the top of the mountain there, but I'm intrigued to see what the border looks like. So let's just go up this last little bit and see what's up the top. If you can't come this far and not go to the top, can you? That looks like the zip line that you can do, or like some kind of crazy like toboggan thing down the mountain. I don't know if I'd be right into that, to be honest. I don't know if I'd be right into that, to be honest. That looks like the border. I think we turn around. I don't really fancy going to Oman, and I don't have my passport. So yeah, we're at the top. It's so high, my ears have not stopped popping all the way up. It's crazy. It actually looks, I'm looking at Google Maps now, even though that's the border there, it looks like it actually continues like climbing up a little bit, like kind of switchbacky and back obviously down maybe through Oman. So I guess that side's probably amazing as well. But yeah, I would highly recommend coming up here if you're into driving, because that was amazing. That was amazing. And you know, as you can see there, I've not really been going that fast there, but you could absolutely send it up there if you were a braver man than me. But anyway, if you made it this far in the video, thank you very much for watching. I'm actually we're gonna go back down. I'm gonna try one of these coffees from these authentic looking coffee shops, because I'm a bit of a coffee sort of fiend. I like my coffees, so yeah, I'm gonna get a coffee and I'll reflect on my thoughts of the GTI as well. They'll have these really cool, it's like a thing, they'll have these Nissan Patrols, like look at that thing there, get some shots of it in a minute. 4.8 litre, 4,800 VTC Super Safari, like, because they do all these like dune, with fly up the dunes and stuff, don't they? Proper cool, but it sounds wicked, that. Love it. Alright, so I just stopped on the way down and got what I think is like an Arabic coffee, like super sweet, like it's quite nice actually, just a black like sweet coffee. But yeah, my thoughts on the Golf GTI, like I said at the bottom, very modern now, very refined, you know, like there's that engagement's not quite there, but like they're still really fast cars. And I think for this sort of road where it's like this kind of like windy, sweeping, like quite fast, like quite straight road, they're just coming to their own. Like I mean, that's amazing. Like you could go up there really fast in that car. And obviously today, like I say, I've been a bit scared of like what police and stuff are hanging about on that, but I think an older Golf would probably struggle up there. I mean, you'd be really busy like changing gear and probably not going that fast, and it'd be like really trying. Whereas it's just not trying, like it's just an absolute flying machine. So yeah, I'm really impressed with it. Would I buy one? Probably not. Like it's actually made me think a lot about the fact that I do love old cars, and even my like R32 If you've not seen that video, like I'll put a link to it somewhere. But like, it makes me miss my R32, like just that noise, like naturally aspirated V6 manual. Like even that's not like an old car, but there's just something about cars back in the day, like even just back in like 2002, that Golf's just, I think it's the fact that Volkswagen have like tried to like hint at little bits of that like homage to those old cars with like the little bit of sound and that engagement of the DSG and stuff like that. But it makes you think, it reminds me, like especially me, like growing up in the era of those cars like that R32 and stuff, and it really makes me think, you know, I miss those engaging cars like that. But yeah, thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you back in rainy England probably for the next one.